New segment time. The fourth segment. Future trip ideas. Phil, you want to show them the map? To your left.
Huh.
No, not that one. No. The map we
Oh, fail.
You schmuck. Anyways. Okay, it's backwards anyways. Well,
It's backwards.
we numbered... We came up with a stupid idea to see a bunch
Wait,
of
is
states.
this what we look like?
Yeah, I don't know
Or
how
does
you
it
guys didn't
flip
notice
around?
that.
I don't know.
It's like when you watch the videos, it flipped. Like, does it say?
It looks like this.
So, why?
It's just what it's because people like to see themselves in reflections, and so the camera shows you a reflection, doesn't show you the actual real thing.
So, the actual video, though, it is reflected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
like
is
I could.
Yes.
backwards.
Because what they see, I don't think is reflected. What
Here, what I
Kyle
see
sees.
right now, looking at you guys, I could see Nebraska written right.
Is
It's
it
not reflected.
Is it backwards?
The map, no.
The map's not
East Coast.
backwards.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. For him,
Yeah.
it's not. For us, though, it is, and I don't know why it does. I don't. That's not. That's just a. I don't know.
Yeah, the East
No,
Coast is
but
on
we're
the East
supposed to show them
Coast
the
and
map.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of the way, anyways, we came up with a ludicrous idea to see a bunch of states.
It's blurry.
Well, the map is blurry,
Where's
and
the
it's
focal
not
point, right?
I have no idea. Probably right there.
There?
Yep, that's it.
Sure.
Anyways,
What's
so
your
we came up with
thing?
this crazy idea to see a bunch of states. Now, here's my thing. I think what we should do is personally on it. Okay, all right. So Phil, I gotta give some backstory to this. So Phil came up with the idea to get an RV. However,
Yes.
affording an RV is very expensive.
It's about it's 80 to 100 grand.
One in the 60s is
you can
okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, and this is from this place. We could probably find other
Oh
places.
yeah, you see,
Maybe
there's
we-
another place south of town.
It's the same owner.
Oh,
So
Omaha.
maybe
I'm sure there's places in Omaha.
possibly, and there are probably other even cheaper places, and maybe you could find some on Craigslist, and maybe we might be able to whittle it down to 50. A thing, or at least a flat 60. We didn't see anything actually at 60. Everything was above that. Anyways. Why do you throw my coins around? Anyways. So achieving an RV, at least for our purposes currently, it's just not gonna work. It's specific, and then
We need a house before we get it.
yeah, but here's but then Phil had a thing. He told me, what if he said, what if you just worked from home and then lived in an RV? And now I can't get the thought out of my head, and now I don't want to go to work Monday. Now, here's the thing about going to work Monday. I don't want to go to work because I'm tired of having to just study all the time and do all that and having to learn all this stuff. I'm tired of that.
As one is.
The thing is, though, I'm almost done. I'm so close, just like months away from being done. But it's a lot of work for and I'm tired of it. Even though I haven't really been trying that hard, to be honest, up until recently.
Go on.
There's a reason why I didn't study in college. I hate studying in high school and elementary school. There's a reason why I hate studying. It's just not who I am. I read it once. I don't want to read again. Anyways,
Go on.
at least not for a long time. It's just, and now, I had I started looking at myself and my family, and I realized. So, I didn't know why my grandpa ever did trucking. It wasn't because he liked to be on the road. It was because of the 1980 farm crisis. But, he must have enjoyed it to a point. You wouldn't just keep trucking for 20 years if you didn't like it. 20,
Oh, I'm
30
sure
years.
people do.
I'm sure, but
I'm sure lots of people do it just because they need the money, and because that's what they've done all their life, and they're stubborn for change.
But anyways, I couldn't see I'm sure my grandfather actually did. And then my dad's brother, his older brother, he trucks.
Oh, so now you become a trucker. It's
Well,
just
no,
in
no,
your
no,
blood.
no, 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 No. Here's the thing. He trucks. And then my dad's sister, her eldest son, he doesn't truck, but he travels for his job now. That's 3 generations of my
Trucking
family.
and traveling is just in your blood.
That trucks of some sort. My dad hates driving. And I hate driving as well. To an extent. But something about just being on the open road and having the ability to go wherever I want, whenever I want, unhindered. I mean, all I'm hindered by is the price of gas. Otherwise, I'm not hindered by anything. And the idea that I can wake up tomorrow, just open up my computer, and I'm ready to go for work.
Yep.
And I can be anywhere I want. Means that I can go wherever I want.
Can you do your job from home?
No. I'm a teller.
I was making a joke. I didn't think there was any way to do your job from home.
Oh, yeah. Can you mail me your money, please?
I'll deposit it. I'll deposit in a week.
That's like how they used to. That's how they used to do. That's how banks worked in the freaking old West. Oh yeah, deposit your money at the bank. It won't. But there wasn't. I don't know. I really question how banks worked back in the day. Because like I can't imagine a bank working properly.
That's probably why no one trusted them before the FDIC.
Well, FDIC existed still before the internet. But
yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, paper pencil back then.
Yeah, it baffles me how anything was done before the advent of the. They had the telegraph, but like even then they had banks before. We had a stock market exchange before the advent of the telegraph, and I'm like, how in?
We had a stock exchange like before the
country existed.
Before the telephone.
Well, yeah, the stock exchange started right as the country started. It's based off of London stock exchange.
I think it was 1600s was the first stock exchange.
Yeah,
I looked that up once.
All these calculations are done by hand. But I'm like, how did the inability to communicate instantaneous like that? It just baffles me. And like I'm trying to think how a bank would work before the internet. I have a hard time picturing it.
Oh, it was, I'm sure, rough.
Yeah, and it explains why it takes checks forever to clear.
Are you
Because it
kidding
had
me?
to be mailed.
I could put a check in the morning and have it be cleared by that afternoon.
Well, now if it's that bank's check, yes. A different bank, no.
Yeah, no, like a check, from that bank, yeah.
So if you had Wells Fargo and you deposit Wells Fargo check, that's not outside of Nebraska or Lincoln, it would theoretically clear that day. Wells Fargo's so big, though, I think they have issues with that. But like UBT, they're small enough to where I'm positive the checks clear that day.
Well, I mean, it says your money's in the account.
Well, that's pending.
But you can't use it?
Yeah, well, see, pending is a weird thing.
See, it says, because mine will say current balance and available balance. And they're always the same, regardless of whether or not something is pending.
That's because it's weird.
So it says my available balance is still good to go with that check I just put in there 2 minutes ago.
So the thing is, though, if you write a check...
That's larger than that amount.
No. You write a check for the same amount that, let's say you deposited a check. Let's say you had $1 in your account and you deposit a check for $10. But you write a check for $9.
Wait, I have $1 in my account?
You have $1 in your account,
okay.
and you deposit a check for $10.
So now, okay.
If you write a check
for $9,
if that $10 check bounces, your $9 check's bouncing.
Yes.
You may be able to do it, but if it bounces, if that check gets deposited, but then this check finishes pending and it bounces, no go. I mean, that's up to you. But, if it were to be cashed or whatever, if somebody were to take that to say they cashed that $9 check you wrote, and they took it to, not their own bank, but, the same bank you bank at, and they tried to cash it, they should not be able to. That bank should stop them, because the person who's cashing the check, they're not liable. They're a non-customer. They're not liable for anything. You're liable. And so the bank's trying to protect you in that regard. The bank shouldn't cash the check, especially since the other check's still pending. But it gets complicated. Anything done electronically, so anything besides a check is instantaneous, basically, for the most part. Anyways, so now I like.
So go on. You're talking about your future.
Right. And, I look at the map of the U.S., and I've got my scratch-off one coming tomorrow. And I look at it, and I want to go to all these places. And I want to see it all. Because why not? I couldn't imagine. I don't want to live anywhere prolonged other than here. I like it here. I've always said that. I like Nebraska. I enjoy it.
That's
here.
the only thing you've known. Have you lived anywhere else?
Well, that's the thing. I always say I want to live here prolonged, but I don't know.
You've never lived anywhere else.
I can't know. And I'm a kind of person who likes to calculate things. And it's never...
You gotta live in every capital city or every major city. Just look at the best place to live in every state. Lived there for a month, then moved to the next state. Lived there for a month.
Oh, God.
Well, that's subjective.
And then at the end of 50 months, you rate them all.
But it's subjective.
Yeah, but you take one person's opinion, so then you can kind of get...
You mean 2 months? 50 states.
50 months.
Oh, 50... Oh, my God, that's...
50 months.
You know how long that is?
Yeah, what? A little over 2 years. Or 4 years? Yeah.
It's half a decade. The point is...
Half, that's 5 months.
Half a decade.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 5 years.
It's 4.
It's 4. It's not half.
I said it's almost half a
You
decade.
said it's half a decade.
Oh.
It is.
Well, for the most part, it basically is, to be honest. You're not going to really tell the difference between a year and a month.
Well, you can tell a difference in a year.
Well,
Imagine if a year was just taken off of your life.
But yeah, you'd
be pissed.
Okay, you can drag a month off for Nebraska, and, well, truth be told,
So 49.
But, I don't know. I don't think even a month is long enough in some places.
No.
A month might be long enough in, North Dakota in January.
Yeah, I guess you gotta pick the best time of the
And
year.
a month might be long enough in July in Arizona or California when it's 1 billion degrees.
Oh, no, it's so hot in Arizona.
Or
You don't want to go there.
Mississippi. Any of the places in July when it's 100 degrees and the humidity, especially in the south, is 200%.
So then spend your July in Alaska. Or Washington.
But yeah, that's why I like the idea of living on the road, because I hate snow and I hate extreme heat, and the only way to avoid it is just drive the roads.
Yeah.
I can spend my winters in California, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, maybe Florida, maybe. Florida will definitely be a month-long drive there, have a good time, see some gators, eat some gator, go to the Keys, lay on a beach, and then never see that place ever again.
Yeah.
Maybe see the mouse, but that's it. Done.
Okay.
You
hell
would
out
want
of
to go to Florida in January.
Huh?
You want to go to Florida in January.
I don't plan to go any other time. I don't want to go to that state, period, but
Why?
that's off the list.
Why?
Oh,
It's a hellhole.
What do you mean hell?
Phil, we had a
It's
good
a place
time
where boomers go to
there.
die.
But you don't want to go to Cape
People go
Canaveral?
to die.
Doc, you don't want to go to Cape Canaveral?
Like I said, a month long, have some fun, and then get the hell out of there.
Go there in February, so then you only have to spend there 28 days.
Precisely. Knowing my luck, it'd be a leap year. Anyways. All of those southern states. Except for maybe Georgia. Georgia's okay. But the other ones, nah. No. Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, a bunch of backwoods, third world country states. Get the hell out of there.
What do you mean? There's Huntsville, Alabama. That's another Air and Space Museum there.
Again, you go there to visit, you don't stay. Go to visit, don't drink the water. Kind of like Flint, Michigan. Go to stay, don't drink the water. Or like Mexico. You go there to have fun, don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah.
Drink tequila.
You drink well. Rooster. He went there when he was young, like before he was ever able to drink, like when he was really young, and he had to drink tequila the entire time because he couldn't drink the water.
Couldn't drink the water.
Tequila. Phil, have you had tequila rose?
No.
So
I've
that-
had tequila like
tried-
once or twice.
Oh, you need to try tequila rose. That is good.
But I look at this, and I could spend a lot of time in Vermont and Maine. I'd like it up there in the summer, anyways. I'd like it up there. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, those are drive-through states. Iowa, drive-through states. Luckily, I only need to go to one of those states, so we're all good there.
Okay, I need to
It's
leave.
basically a drive-through state.
Okay, I need to
If
leave.
we're
So
being
bye.
fair, Nebraska is basically a drive-through
Oh,
state.
he left. Why did he leave? Maybe he has to go to sleep. I don't know. Point is,
Hey.
maybe Idaho. Idaho would be nice. Maybe I don't know.
Did you say why you left?
I think maybe I'd use the restroom. He's been having to poop a lot, guys. Send some love. Send hearts.
He might have Crohn's. He might have irritable bowel syndrome.
You know what you got? You know what? Hey, guys, in the comments, do hashtag Kyle, the
IBS.
heart emoji,
Wait.
and a colon.
Colon.
No, not the word colon. A colon.
A colon. The
2 dots.
2 dots.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Leave that in the comments below to support
If you've
Kyle.
watched this far.
If you're watching the 4th segment, it's not even that long yet.
But all the more too if you do it on the main video.
Yes, all the more. Point is, I was actually talking to the water ball, and he was like, we're tied for a number of states. All these trips I've been going on, he's like, you've tied for me for states.
So he's at 13, 14?
Yeah, for the longest time.
What are you at, 14?
13, 14, yeah. Depending on how you count Oklahoma. Well, I mean,
yeah, we should ask them. Does your definition of a state include going to the airport? Does that count? What about just driving through? Like, let's say you fill up in Nebraska, and then you drive to Illinois. If you drive to Illinois and you took I-80 or whatever to drive through Iowa, and you never stopped, never got out, do you say you've been to Iowa? Do you have to set foot on the soil?
I mean, we're there for 6 hours. It's got to count for something.
And then, I guess those
That's
are
my
those are the only two questionable definitions we need cleared
And
up.
airport.
Yeah, airport and driving through without stopping. Does that count as...
Wait, hold on. So we went to... So by that definition, we went to Oklahoma.
Well, no. That's what I'm asking them to clear up.
Because we stopped.
So I'm asking them... Well, no, we turned around. We didn't get out.
But we did stop.
Well, yeah, to put the car in reverse.
No, but we sat there for a moment. We're like...
Did we?
Okay, yeah, we sat there for a little bit. We're like, oh, we're in Oklahoma now. And then left. Because we debated whether we wanted to get out of the car or not.
Well, it wasn't long. Okay,
It was 5 minutes.
It was not 5 minutes. It was like 10 seconds.
We were in Oklahoma for 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, that was the time to drive there. Because we kept driving, and they were like, yeah, should we turn around?
It looks the same.
And then we were looking for a good spot to turn around. And we found a driveway. We turned around and went back.
Oh, I thought we stopped.
No, we found a driveway, turned around, and went back.
Does that count as going to Oklahoma?
Yes. And just going to the airport count.
Because, by that standards, you could say, everybody's gone to the Four Corners.
Because I guess the other thing was, like, let's say we drove all the way to Utah without stopping in Wyoming. Would you say we went to Wyoming?
We did stop in Wyoming.
No, if we did not. Because we went right to the border.
Oh.
Like, let's say we drove all the way to Utah.
Oh, my God.
For the airport. Like, because we were almost there. We were like 3 miles away from the border.
Yeah.
So
6, but still, if you're in the state for 6 hours.
That has to count, right?
Right?
That's what I'm asking. Does that count?
Right, like, yeah, I mean, you're there for 6. Like, especially with an airport, if you have to sit there for a layover, and you're there and you have to spend the night, how does that not count? You slept in
It's an airport. I don't know. Airports are, in my opinion, don't really count as...
But the Denver International Airport, I'm pretty sure you can see the mountains from the terminals.
It depends which terminal.
Right. But the right terminal, it's like, wow, I saw mountains for the first time in my life. But you can't say you've ever been to Colorado. It seems absurd, right? It's like, I've never seen mountains before in my entire life. But then someone's like, but you were in the Denver airport. It's like, well, but I technically wasn't in Denver. But I technically wasn't in Colorado. And it's like, well, these technicalities get fishy, you know? That's my issue. Is like, there is no fine line. I think...
Which is why if you just go to the Capitol, because who can argue against going to the Capitol and taking a picture of it, like outside your vehicle? I mean, you went there.
Yep.
How else could you get a picture of the Capitol without actually being
And
there?
Capitals...
Which is why I said I wanted to visit all the 50 capitals.
Yep, and I've already seen quite a few, actually.
I've seen 2.
I don't know if I've seen Topeka. I don't know about Topeka, but I've seen Wyoming. I've seen Nebraska.
And that's it for me.
I haven't been through... Iowa's tricky. I've been to Springfield. I've been to Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been to... I was in Louisville, Kentucky. That's not the capital.
No.
But I've also... We drove through
Kentucky
Jefferson.
is Frankfurt, I think.
Yeah. We drove through... My brain's drawn a blank here. We drove through Jefferson City,
Missouri.
but we did stop, and I remember my mom taking a picture of the Capitol building.
Yeah, I think we did this before. Name all the 50 capitals.
Oh, well, but either way, point is, I've been to quite a few, and I've seen quite a few buildings, and I wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
You know, start trying. Jesus Christ, I can rack them up pretty quick.
Yeah. The only problem is Des Moines is middle of the state.
Yeah, through the worst state. It's like, I've been in Des Moines. Well, I've driven through it.
Yeah, but do you have a picture of the Capitol?
No, because I have driven. We've only driven through Des Moines. No one stops in Des Moines. Nobody. Don't stop it.
Oh,
if you're gonna go to Iowa, Davenport.
No. What? Davenport's at the complete opposite end of the state.
I'm saying the only reason why they go to Iowa is to go to Davenport.
Oh no, that's not what I was thinking of. I think it's Louisiana. I think they hold the record for the tallest state capital. We did hold it. And then they built a taller one.
By like a few feet, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much they broke it by. But they hold the record.
Yeah, they did it for spite. But you know what? At least theirs isn't called the penis of the prairie.
Yes.
Ours is called... I didn't know this until Outback told me, but it's called the penis of the prairie by other people from other states. And I'm like, oh... I see it now.
Yeah, and, you know what is it, the Native American term for chimney rock, how they refer to it?
No.
Elk penis.
Oh, great.
The land of penises.
They're on two different sides of the state, though.
Yes. Both sides. Doesn't matter what side you enter from.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. All right, that's enough of that. But, But see, that's the thing, where, like, if you've been to the Four Corners, can you say, like, most people probably went to Utah?
Yeah,
and
if you
very few ever went to New Mexico.
So
or
if
Arizona.
you drove to Colorado and then you drove down to Four Corners, do you say you went to 3 other states even if you had not previously been to them?
Most people do.
I don't think that counts.
But most people say they have.
Yeah, people do, which is why I say state capitals are a clear way to say, yes, I've been to that state. Because if you stop to get a picture of
that's a lot. You realize how many people you realize how many people have probably been to all 50 states but never been to the state capitals that you'd eliminate?
Exactly.
Like, they've literally backpacked through California and Oregon and Washington, but never stepped foot in Sacramento, and it's all of a sudden it's like, well, it doesn't count.
I'm sorry.
That's ridiculous.
Sorry.
But yes, it's a clear way, it's also a ridiculous way. I think a better way is, I think the best way is stepping foot I think if you step foot in the state.
So that's my point. If you go on 4 corners, step in all 4 corners, take 1 step forward. I went in this state. Now take a step back. I'm back on the corners. Take a step back. Now I'm in the other state.
That counts.
That should not count.
I think it should.
That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
either way, irregardless, I'm going to
ridiculous.
spend multiple days in every single state before the day I
regardless.
die. Sorry, thank you. Regardless, I will spend multiple days in every state in my 20s if I am able to work from home.
In your 20s. So you're saying, you're 23?
22.
22, 8 years. You have 8 years to get an RV.
Yeah.
Because I don't see you taking your truck on these.
Well, if I get the Escape, I might go take some trips.
Would you sleep in it, or would you still sleep in motels?
I don't know yet. That's a question for future me.
Because I definitely know you don't seem like the camping type. Would you ever consider camping?
Absolutely, but I gotta do it properly.
What do you mean by properly?
A cot.
You can't sleep on an air mattress?
Not if it's warm. My biggest issue is warmth. I can sleep when it's cold. I cannot sleep if I'm sweating. I cannot.
So you get a fan. A battery-powered fan.
It's not enough. I have to be physically cold. Which is why it was the funniest thing. And I wonder how I even got to that point. And it's my room at my parents'. My room, my parents' house, up until probably the last few years, it was cool. Very cool. Much cooler than every other part of the house.
Well, yeah, it's the basement. What do you expect?
And I kept the door closed. I made it nice and cool in there. The big issue, but then when I got older, I think I just had that much more hair compared to when I was younger on my head, that when I took showers, it was so warm. Just too warm. And so I only shower in the mornings now.
Well, you can turn the shower cold.
I like warm showers.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Very few. Funny thing is,
I always turn the shower on hot and then cool it down because it always feels really good.
You gotta watch Kyle Hill's video on showers.
I always turn it really hot and then just turn it down to cold, because when you turn it down to cold, it feels so nice.
Well, it's funny because our ancestors, they bathed in rivers and creeks where it was cool.
Some of them did. It wasn't until the... Maybe, did we go backwards? Because I know there was a time in Shakespearean era where it was considered a privilege to bathe. And when they did, they would only bathe like once a year because it was considered bad for your health.
Well, it's also...
And then the king took like a second bath in the year and he was completely fine. And then you're like, wait, what? We could take more than one bath in a year?
You can take more than one bath in a day. Actually, they say daily bathing is actually potentially bad for you.
What, for your skin or what?
Yes.
So
hot shower. The cold water. We know cold water, regardless, is good. It's warm water that's the issue. It dries out your skin. It has bad effects on your hair. But we know cold water. That's because of the evolution thing. We were in creeks, and these places were cool. Creeks and rivers, they were cool.
But not swamps.
No. Swamp is not cool. Don't swim in a swamp.
We didn't live like ogres.
No, we're not Shrek. Shrek may be love, he may be life, but not a human life. Anyways, I don't know what happened to Kyle. Hashtag bring Kyle back. But remember, if you made it this far, hashtag Kyle, heart emoji, : Alrighty? In the meantime, we'd all like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time, and good night.